Hi, thanks for joining me. This is Angie at Chicken Scratch, and this is the project we're making today. And this is week 4 of the 12 weeks of Halloween. So it's a little Halloween tote. You can see it holds lots of candy. Okay, so here's the supplies. We're going to start out with stamping our images first. I've gone ahead and pre-cut the die cutting things. So we're using Countryside Corners and the Tricks and Treats dies. We're using Memento ink, and the stamp set is Tricks and Treats, and then the greeting is from Bag of Bones. Both of these will be available on September 6th. Okay, so Memento ink. Let me move this paper out of the way. Okay, we're going to start with the greeting. Okay, and then now for Dracula. I cut 2 of them just in case I mess up. Let's see. I remember that his hair needs to be inked upside down. And then now the face. Okay, so that's all the stamping we're going to be doing. Now we're ready to make the box. So you've got 2 pieces to make this box. You've got the bottom of the box, and then you've got this insert or the handle, okay? Or the divider, whatever you want to call it. Divider, handle, insert. So we're going to start with, let's see, we're going to start with this piece. So this one measures 9 3/4 by 5 1/4. And I've got it on the 9 3/4 inch side, and I'm going to score it at 7/8, 4 7/8, and 8 7/8. Then I'm going to turn it on the 5 1/4 inch side, and I'm going to score it at 1/2 inch on both sides. Okay, so now we want to place this back on the 9 3/4 side, and we've got this score line here. This is our first score line. So we're going to score at 2 5/8 only to that first score line. So 2 5/8, and we're going to do this on all 4 sides, okay? So 2 5/8, flip it around, 2 5/8, and then now we have to turn it over to reach those other sides. So again, it's going to be all 4 sides is going to get scored at 2 5/8 only to that first score line. And hopefully you can see this. Here that is, here it is, here, and here. Okay? Now, the other piece, this measures 8 1/4 by 6. We're going to score this at 2 inches on all 4 sides. So 2 inches. We're going to fold on the score lines and burnish with our bone folder. There is a free template over on my website for this box. It shows you where to cut, where to add adhesive, all the measurements. So I'm only cutting up to that first score line on all 4 corners. And then I'm just going to trim the tab. So I'm going to angle cut these. this is the box that's going to hold the divider. So we're going to set that aside because that's done. Now we want to fold on the score lines on this piece and burnish with our bone folder. Okay, so now for the cutting. We're going to remove the corner on all 4 sides, okay? So now that we've removed the 4 corners, what we want to do next is cut on that additional score line that we made at 2 5/8. And we're going to do that on all sides, so all 4 sides. Now, where to cut next? You want to keep the tab closest to these, okay? So we're going to remove this whole section on both sides. So these guys are going to be getting adhesive in a minute, but right now we want to go ahead and cut this off. Same thing over here. Okay, next we're going to slightly angle cut these. Okay, so now this is done with the exception of we have got to add the handles. So this is how it's going to look when we're done. I did use a different die on my template, but this is how it's going to look. But we've got to add our paper first before we cut that out, okay? So what I'm going to do is add my 2 panels. Now these 2 pieces right here, this is the bottom of the box that's going to sit like that, okay? So we want to make sure that if your paper is directional, we add it in the right location or the right orientation. I'm having a hard time seeing where that goes. And all the measurements for the paper is going to be on that free PDF, like I said. So now it's time to cut out the handles. So what I'm going to do is add a little bit of adhesive. Okay. Now we're going to get our die, which is the Countryside Corners, and we're going to die cut through all the layers. Okay, so here's my plates, and then now I'm going to position this, and it is going through all 4 layers. So I want to tape that down so that it doesn't shift. Okay, so I wanted to remind you that this is going through multiple layers, and as you can see, it didn't cut through the back. So we want to run it through a second time because our dies are really only supposed to cut through 1 layer. So I wanted to show you that real quick, that we are going to run it through a second time so that it catches that back side, okay? Okay, I want to give you one tip when you go to cut the handle out, and that is don't put adhesive up here where the handle's going to go. I showed you that you want to go ahead and put adhesive in there to keep that closed, but don't put adhesive up here, okay? Just put it down here. That'll hold it just fine. Okay, so now we're ready to assemble the bottom part of our box. So I'm just gonna take my, I forgot the name all of a sudden, Stampin' Seal Plus. Okay, now for these tabs. And that's going to go in just like that. Whoops, there we go. Okay, so here's our box that the insert is going to go into. But now we have to add adhesive to these, okay? So I am going to use my tear and tape so that you can see exactly where it's going. And then these two pieces here. So these two pieces here are going to attach down at the bottom of the box. So that's what makes it stand. And then these are going to attach to the side of the box. Okay. So now you're just going to set this in here just like that. Okay, now you want the bottom to stick before you concern yourself with the side. So just use your bone folder and press, and that should take care of it. And then now over here on the sides, just try to straighten it up and then press. Same thing, press. And there you have it. Not too hard. So I'm only going to decorate the front side. So I'm going to use my liquid glue. Oops. And then now the sides. It looks like that didn't glue down very well. Okay, I've switched adhesives all of a sudden. Whoops. It was right there in front of me, so I grabbed it. Whoops. Okay, so now let's add the ribbon. Okay, so now I just want to clean up this ribbon a little bit. There we go. Now we're going to add the greeting right here in the middle. I'm going to use Stampin' Dimensionals. I'm just going to place 2 on there. And Dracula. Sometimes I accidentally call him Frankie, but he's Dracula. And then the ghost. You don't have to add the ghost if you don't want to, but I kind of felt like, why not? he's just coming right out of the box, right? And our final step is to add our embellishment. These are glossy dots. And I'm going to use my Take Your Pick tool to add these. Okay, that wraps up week number 4. Now our week 4 of Chick Candy is going to be the same basket as last week. When I made these, I made like 6 of them. So if you would like to enter to win this basket, leave a comment on this blog post over on my blog. And you also get 1 entry for every $25 you order. So that's 2 ways to enter to win. And don't forget, if you place an order, also leave a comment so you'll get more entries. So the fabric basket includes mini dimensionals, or not mini glue dots, Stampin' Dimensionals, tear and tape, and liquid glue. Okay, so thank you so much. And if you like this video, please subscribe. Have a great day.